Slavery? That's over, right? We think of slavery as a bad thing from the past, right? Gone. Finished. But hold on a second. What if I told you that slavery still exists? Not chains and whips, but something sneakier. Something we might not even notice. This isn't about blaming anyone, it's about asking tough questions. Questions about our jobs, our debts, and whether we're truly free or just stuck in a new kind of system. A system where we work, we spend, and we repeat. So buckle up. We're about to dive into the uncomfortable truth about modern life. Get ready to question everything you thought you knew about freedom. Chains of the past. What slavery really was. Let's be clear, historical slavery was brutal. People were owned, bought and sold, forced to work with no pay, no rights, no hope. It was a stain on humanity. We abolished this evil, and that's something to celebrate. But here's the catch. The system changed, but the core idea of control didn't disappear. It just got rebranded. Instead of chains and whips, we have debt and bills. We're told we're free to choose our jobs, our homes, our lives. But are we really? Or are we just picking from options someone else gave us? Debt's iron grip modern chains we carry. Think about it. Student loans, mortgages, credit card bills. These aren't just numbers on a screen. They represent control. They dictate our choices and limit our freedom. We work jobs we might not love just to pay off debts we might never escape. That's not freedom. That's being trapped. Trapped by a system designed to keep us working, spending, and borrowing more. This isn't about being lazy or irresponsible. It's about recognizing that the game is rigged. We're told that hard work equals success. But what if the rules of the game are designed to keep us running just to stay in place? The hamster wheel of life: work, spend, repeat. We work to earn money, then we spend that money on things we're told we need. Rent, groceries, clothes, the latest gadgets. But the more we spend, the more we need to work. It's a never-ending cycle. This cycle keeps us distracted and exhausted. We're too busy working to pay bills to question the system that keeps us in debt. It's like being on a hamster wheel. We're running and running, but we're not actually getting anywhere. This isn't about hating on work or nice things. It's about recognizing that the system is designed to keep us consuming, even if it means we're never truly free. Choices, or just illusions. We're told we live in a free society. We have choices. Choices in what we buy, where we work, and how we live our lives. The idea of freedom is deeply ingrained in our culture, celebrated in our media, and enshrined in our laws. But how real are those choices? When we dig deeper, we start to see the constraints that shape our decisions. The crossroads we face are often not as open as they seem. Are we really free to quit our jobs and pursue our passions if it means risking our financial security? The weight of responsibilities, bills, and societal expectations can make the idea of true freedom feel like a distant dream. The reality is, most of us aren't truly free. We are bound by invisible chains that dictate our actions and limit our potential. The pressure to conform, to fit into predefined roles, can be overwhelming. We're limited by our circumstances, by our debts, by the fear of losing what little security we have. These limitations are not always visible, but they are very real. They shape our choices and restrict our freedom. We're told we have freedom of choice, but often it feels like we're just choosing between different shades of the same thing. The illusion of choice can be comforting, but it doesn't change the underlying reality. This isn't about being pessimistic. It's about being honest. Recognizing the limitations we face is the first step towards finding ways to overcome them. It's about understanding the system we live in and questioning the narratives we've been told. It's about acknowledging that the system is designed to limit our choices, even if it does so in subtle and often invisible ways. By becoming aware of these limitations, we can start to challenge them and seek out true freedom in our lives. Breaking free: can we escape the system? So, are we doomed? Is there no way out of this modern-day servitude? Not necessarily. It starts with awareness. Recognizing the problem is the first step toward finding a solution. We need to start questioning the rules of the game. Why do we accept a system that keeps so many of us struggling? Why do we prioritize profit over people? Why do we measure success by how much we consume instead of how much we contribute? These are tough questions, but they're questions we need to ask. We need to start imagining a different kind of future. A future where people come before profits, where everyone has the opportunity to thrive, not just survive. Financial freedom, a distant dream? One way to break free from the daily grind and the constant worry about money is to pursue financial freedom. This concept isn't just about having a lot of money, it's about having enough resources to live comfortably without the constant stress of financial instability. Financial freedom means having enough money saved and invested that you don't have to rely on a job for survival. It's about creating a safety net that allows you to take risks, explore new opportunities, and live life on your own terms. It means having the freedom to choose work you love, even if it doesn't pay a fortune. Imagine being able to pursue your passions, whether it's painting, writing, or starting your own business, without the constant worry of making ends meet. But let's be real, for many, financial freedom feels like a distant dream. The reality of bills, debts, and daily expenses can make it seem almost impossible to achieve. It takes discipline, sacrifice, and often a bit of luck. You need to be committed to saving, investing, and making smart financial decisions consistently over time. It's not easy, but it's possible. Many people have achieved financial freedom by setting clear goals, staying focused, and being patient. And it starts with small steps, saving a little extra each month, investing wisely, and making conscious choices about your spending. Living below your means is crucial. It's about prioritizing your long-term financial health over short-term pleasures. This might mean cooking at home more often, shopping with a list to avoid impulse buys, and finding joy in simple, cost-effective activities. Financial freedom won't solve everything, but it can give you more control over your life. It can reduce stress, provide security, and open up new possibilities. It can give you the freedom to say no to jobs you hate and yes to opportunities that excite you. Ultimately, financial freedom is about creating a life that aligns with your values and aspirations, giving you the power to make choices that truly matter to you. Revolution or evolution, changing the game. In this chapter, we delve into the transformative power of collective action and the necessity of rethinking our societal structures. Individual action, like recycling or protesting, is commendable and essential. It shows our commitment to change and our willingness to take responsibility. But individual action isn't enough. We also need systemic change. This means addressing the root causes of our problems, not just the symptoms. It means holding those in power accountable and demanding policies that benefit the many, not just the few. We need to rethink our economic systems, our social safety nets, and our values as a society. This involves innovative thinking and collaborative efforts to create sustainable solutions that can withstand the test of time. We need to ask ourselves, what kind of world do we want to live in? Do we want a world driven by competition and greed, or one that values cooperation and compassion? Do we want a world where a few have everything and the rest of us struggle to survive? The stark contrasts in our society highlight the urgent need for change. Or do we want a world where everyone has the opportunity to thrive, where communities come together to support one another, and where happiness and well-being are prioritized over wealth and power? Imagine a world where everyone has access to basic necessities like healthcare, education, and a living wage. A world where no one is left behind, and everyone has the chance to reach their full potential. This isn't about being a socialist or a capitalist. It's about finding a balance that works for everyone. It's about creating a fair and just society where everyone's needs are met. It's about being a human being. It's about empathy, understanding, and the recognition that our fates are intertwined. We must work together to build a better future. It's about recognizing that we're all in this together. Our actions, big or small, have a ripple effect on the world around us. By coming together, we can create powerful waves of change, and that we need to create a system that works for everyone, not just a select few. A system that values human dignity, equality, and justice. This is our collective responsibility, and together we can change the game. Are we really free? You decide. So are we all still slaves? The answer is complicated. We're not slaves in the same way as our ancestors. We have more legal rights, more opportunities, more freedom to make choices. But are those choices truly free if they're limited by debt, by economic pressures, by a system designed to keep us working and consuming? That's the question we all need to ask ourselves. Ultimately, the answer is up to you. Are you content with the illusion of freedom, or are you ready to fight for something more? The choice is yours. Choose wisely.